We've over the last few, well, the last week or so, we have been getting quite a few comments. People hearing the radio communications we use on the safaris when we head out on our game drives, and very often there's local terminology used on the drives, Shangaan names and so on. And so during the week we sat down with Rexon and Sapire and worked a little bit on putting down some Shangaan names that will be posted out on our blog. It was really interesting to sit down with the two of them and learn a bit more of the language and the pronunciation, which was always the difficult part. But it's turned out to be quite a success. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of questions coming in from the viewers over the last few weeks with regards to the local Shangaan names for the animals that a lot of people hear Rexon using on the radio and referring to as out on drives. So I'm sitting here now with Rexon and Sapire, and we're going to go through a couple of the names and put it all together in a list and send it out on our blog. So just sitting there trying to pick up on a few of the names, learn the ones that I haven't learned yet, and try and figure out. So there's some interesting pronunciations and things that we need to learn, but quite simple, and I'm sure we'll get the hang of it very soon. I hope you guys all enjoy it.
I'm writing all the name in Shangaan. I mean, transferring from English to Shangaan. People would like to know these names in Shangaan. Spiro is right here. He's gonna help me. Bush baby.
Mwana Kalina.
Sometimes you find
water.
Superior, sometimes you find words in Shangaan, some of the names, and they got an H then an L. How do you pronounce that?
Nsha.
Nsha. Can you give me an example of an animal that has that in?
Nsharu.
Nsharu.
Shangula.
Shangula.
Shangula is a guarbush.
What's your mongoose?
Is H. Toloda is TLHO.
Honey badger. Shinzela.
Thanks, guys. Okay, well, I've got the list. Everything's completed, got all the names. Gonna just go jump into the computer quickly and put everything on a document to send to Graham and Emily, and then hopefully we can have it out on the blog in the next couple of days. So let's get busy. It's actually quite interesting because a lot of the names that I've gotten from Rexon and Sapire are very different to the words that I use when out on safari. And what I've actually been given by Sapire and Rexon are the true Shangaan names for all the animals out in the bush. And it's actually slightly different to the terminology we use on the radio when out on safari. It's like a safari lingo. Kind of a mixture between Shangaan, Zulu, English, Afrikaans, just this whole jumble of languages. So it's quite interesting to actually see all just the true Shangaan names. So I think we're going to work on these for now, and then also work on getting just the safari lingo, and then get that out on the blog as well. How much does a buffalo horn weigh? This has been a common question we've been getting over a couple of the drives, and especially with the big herds moving through the area now that the water levels are down and it's dry in the winter. And it's been always an interesting question. We've done quite a bit of research to try and find it out, but nothing really accurate, as not accurate as we would like it to be at least. So Alex and I headed out the other day to go and solve this little riddle for all you viewers out there. Okay, it's Tuesday the 17th of June. And we've decided to come out here to answer a question that we've had in our minds for the last couple of days. We've been getting quite a few emails regarding what is the weight of a buffalo horn, a rack of buffalo horns, and we just haven't been able to answer that question and to be able to find that information. So we're down here now. You can see there's Gowrie Waterhole just there behind us where the cameras operate from, and Vuyatela Lodge just behind. And we've brought ourselves a little scale, and we know there's a rack of horns down the side that was taken down by the Kahuma Pride. We're going to go see how much they weigh, so let's go answer this question. Okay, here we have a nice big rack of buffalo horns. This was taken down by the Kahuma Pride a couple of months ago. Yeah, and you can actually see that the keratin moths have been eating away at this, slowly decomposing the keratin itself. Let's check and see how much this weighs. Ooh, 15 kilograms. It's quite a boss. It's quite a big rack of horns. Imagine carrying this around on your head every single day. Yeah, that's quite a heavy rack of horns to be carrying around. 15 kilograms on my head. You can understand why these guys are so tough now and why they're so feared with this big boss of horns. But I'm sure it looks quite beautiful on me. Just excuse me, got some grass to go eat quickly. Tuesday morning was an absolutely exciting day. Alex and myself headed out towards the south and we picked up on some tracks of a leopard, and Alex spotted a little white tail swishing through the bush. We followed this female leopard for a while, and the excitement levels grew when we thought she might have had cubs. She was playing around in a little hole underneath a jackalberry tree, but later on we discovered it was just one of Karula's youngsters, just having a little bit of a play around. There was lots of excitement. She was very youthful, very playful, just an absolutely fantastic thing for us to sit and watch. Later on that evening, the excitement continued with Rixon and Jan heading out, this time heading down to the drainage line and turning it into a night of owls. First Rixon spotted 2 giant eagle owls, and later on a pearl spotted owl that had actually caught a little rodent in its claws and was making a meal out of it. It didn't end there. Later on that evening, when the WildEarth team were asleep, a leopard headed down to the waterhole and gave a beautiful sighting for all our viewers out on the other side of the world in our infrared cameras, making a fantastic sighting. The following morning, Wednesday morning, Peter and Alex headed out, and I think the most fantastic thing about that drive was a sighting of a kingfisher diving down into the water and catching a little frog, and as it flew away, it dropped the frog, and a little hammerkop came and grabbed it and washed it and thrashed it around and actually made a fantastic meal, which brings us to the end of the week's highlights. And it was just an absolutely spectacular week. Birds, animals, large animals, small animals, leopard, all over the place. You just couldn't ask for more. Well, everybody, that brings us to the end of our weekly highlights for this week here in Djuma Reserve with WildEarth TV. It's been a pleasure organising everything and just keeping a log of what the team's getting up to behind the scenes. As everyone's quite aware, there's been quite a lot of complications with Jigger this week. Big radiator problems. And to give you a bit of an update, Rexon is headed down into the city today to try and get some spares for us. Should be back on his way back to Djuma Reserve quite soon, and as soon as we can get the spares and get working, Jan's been stuck under the hood for the last few days trying to get things running smoothly, but as soon as we get the spares and get everything up and running, we'll be back on drive, and believe me, we're missing it as much as you are, but unfortunately we just have to sort that out and then we can get back on the road. Hope you enjoyed the highlights, and looking forward to all the edited clips that you'll all be doing. Get creative and get some ideas going, and we always look forward to it here at WildEarth to see what the viewers and what your viewers have been working at, and the creativity that you have. So enjoy. We'll be spending the rest of the night here at Gowrie Waterhole and keeping you updated on how things are going with the Jigger. It's been a pleasure.